This is the gold standard polishing starter kit.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. We're going to explain to you what is the gold standard.
It's an amazing polishing system. One polish, so one liquid, 3 different pads for varying levels of cut and gloss.
Finish.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, before we go any further, there's a bit of a disconnect sometimes when people hear the word polish. They think like a shoe polish. It's just going to shine. This is not a wax. It is not a filler. It is an abrasive. It is designed to abrade your paint, but making it better at the same time.
Yeah, like this wool pad, this will remove defects.
Oh, definitely.
This will remove scratches. I'm not promising 100%, right?
No.
That's not even what we teach to go after.
No.
Sometimes you're wanting to remove visual imperfections.
Exactly.
And using this wool pad, Ivan, which you can explain.
Right. So this is a foamed wool surface, 1/4 inch, married to a foam backing plate. Now the foam interface, what it does, it provides flexibility, first of all, and better cooling, because we don't want to heat the paint as we're doing that. Now, what this, as Nick mentioned, it's designed for cutting. This is, your paint is really messed up. It's got really deep swirls, it's oxidized. This is what you want to use to get that initial cut. And a lot of paints, this finishes down beautifully. So you could just use this pad and be done.
But you all out there are detailers. You want options. Maybe you're getting this kit for a friend of yours or a family member who's a detailer, and you want to give them the best set of options. Again, it is going to be pad dependent how this gold standard polish works, which is kind of mind blowing. It's like, wait, I could use this and I'm going to get less cut but more gloss with the same polish. Like, Ivan, explain our system here.
Right. So this is the gold standard waffle pad. And this, if you're only going to have one pad in your arsenal, this is the one to have. It's going to be great gloss and finish, but also nice amount of cut. It's really pad dependent, as Nick mentioned. The gold standard polish will do what you need it to do. You don't need a compound and a polish. You just need the one liquid. But with the 3 different pads, it gets you where you need to go. And this is probably the most sold pad we have and the most used pad because it works great. This can be used on both a rotary and a dual action machine.
Whereas the wool pad, although it can be used on a rotary, we really teach people to cut on a 21 millimeter dual action or a 15 millimeter dual action.
Right.
You can use this on your palm sander in your garage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this will cut pretty good on that, even though it's a shorter stroke machine.
Yep.
But we cut with a DA. This can be used on a DA or a rotary, and we teach it, Ivan, we love that gloss from a rotary, don't we?
Right. Now, the rotary, a lot of people, finishing with a rotary? What are you talking about? Yes, you finish with a rotary. I know it's a little backwards from the industry, but when I started detailing, we didn't have DAs. We finished with a rotary. So I learned to finish with a rotary, and I teach to finish with a rotary because ultimately it's what gives you the best finish and the best gloss.
If you want to use this on a dual action polisher, we're not your boss. Do whatever you want.
Yeah,
this can absolutely work on one, but it's meant for a rotary polisher on speed 1 flat pad.
Yeah, so with a rotary, you want to go the slowest speed possible, and a DA, maybe speed 2 or 3. But with the rotary, the slowest speed you go, this pad is a miracle worker. We have people that have shunned away from the rotary for years. They try this once and then, I gotta buy a rotary because it's so much fun to use.
You know what I love about finishing with a rotary too, is like with the dual action, you can kind of be like, is this finicky paint? Do I need to change my technique with my dual action polisher? Should I go an extra 2 passes? Should I add a little pressure? Should I clean the pad, do one, With the rotary,
yes,
it's one simple system, folks.
Exactly.
No overthinking it. Ivan teaches it. Speed 1 flat pad.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Less pressure used. Now, what's special about this pad? First of all, it's a waffle surface. And our gold standard pad is also a waffle surface. But it's a very, very soft foam. And also, it's a thicker foam than most pads on the market. So it's 1.25 inches thick, very thick. That gives you a lot more flexibility and it contours itself to the panel without you having to put pressure or move the machine around in weird ways.
Super forgiving too if you happen to get this pad up against a mirror.
Yep.
It just seems like it's forgiving.
Exactly. Now, why do we have a waffle pad, not a flat pad like everybody else?
It keeps the paint cool.
It keeps the paint cool. It actually gives better contact with the paint with a waffle pad than you do with a flat pad.
That's so fascinating. So why would that be?
Because the pad contours itself better to the surface. You've broken that surface tension using the waffle. Whereas with a flat pad, you have that surface tension that keeps it from contacting everywhere. Whereas this gives you much better contact. And also the user experience with a waffle pad, one of the reasons I prefer a waffle pad, it just glides easier. It's easier to move.
Yeah, I want to try to put it into words better than you, but it's more beginner friendly.
Exactly.
Even though you teach pros and you've been in the pro space for more than 4 decades, so you teach this to pros too, it just feels like it's easier with a waffle pad.
Exactly.
It's more intuitive.
Now, we've talked about the pads. We haven't talked about the gold standard polish.
This is a sprayable polish, Ivan. This is quite the hit in our lineup.
Exactly. And the reason it's a hit, it's different than most, but it's super effective. Now, a lot of people, a lot of different compounds and polishes, they tell you to put 3, 4, 5 drops on your pad. The reason we have it in a sprayer is twofold. First of all is metering. We don't want you to use 3, 4, or 5 drops. We want you to use 1 pull of the trigger. Not 2, just 1.
And we know you're out there. You're going to use 2 or 3 anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Do it Ivan's way. Having a damp pad that is free spinning on your machine with an extremely firm trigger pull on that moving pad, that is the key to success.
Right. Because now instead of having those 3, 4, or 5 drops, you have thousands of little drops everywhere on your pad, preventing dry buffing. The other thing that it does, like I said, you're using a lot less. So this 16-ounce bottle is like half a gallon for anybody else. Or 473 milliliters, it's like having 2 liters of polish of anybody else's polish because you're using that little of it. And it's more effective the less you use.
Just use 1 spray.
Yeah.
Instead of 4 pea-sized drops, right? Because 1 spray is like a pea-sized drop.
Right.
So every other polish you're using, you're doing 4 spray. It will last you so long. It's an amazing smelling polish. It will continue to work. In fact, it's easier to wipe off this polish the longer you work it.
Exactly. And it's not going to dust. And it's, again, super easy to wipe off, fun to work with. And if you're doing a ceramic coating afterwards, it's ceramic coating safe. It leaves nothing on the paint.
Wait, did we forget to tell them it's safe on trim?
Yes.
And it also smells really good?
Yes. Well, you mentioned the smell. It smells like bananas. But yes, you can actually polish this black trim without any worries.
So no need to tape. That's what I meant.
No,
need
exactly,
to tape up, which takes so much time
Yeah.
when you're polishing. I had a video pop up on Facebook from 5 years ago. I was mobile detailing a Tesla,
Yeah.
and I used, I think, 1.5 things of tape
Exactly.
from a different brand, and it looked really cool. And I thought, what a waste of time.
Exactly.
You know? So this system works. It'll save you time, and
Yeah.
I hope you've already used it and you're here for the whole kit. But if you haven't, this is the kit to buy.
Right. Now, Nick mentioned something, the machines. This is adaptable to just about any machine in the industry. So if you have a rotary, if you have a 21 millimeter DA, you have a forced rotation DA, you even have a palm sander at home. With that little palm sander you might have in the garage or basement, you can actually get really nice finish and cut using this system.
Yeah, and it's great because you can do the 5-inch system or the 6-inch system.
Exactly.
So
We have
let's
kits
say,
for both.
Yeah, whatever polishers you have at home, just check the backing plate. So we have the 5.5-inch is the one you want for your 5-inch plate.
Right.
A lot of
and
people ask
6.5
about
for the
that.
6-inch.
Yeah.
So go with the base number. The 0.5 is just, we're giving you a little more, just in case your backing plate is a little bigger than 5-inch or a little bigger than 6-inch. So with that, I think they can find a lot more videos on the gold standard system down below. Also the links on where to get this kit.